We are back live from St. John Arena in Columbus, as tonight it's the Class AA semifinals for the state tournament at St. John Arena. Lorain Catholic Spartans with a record of 24-0 against the Brookfield Warriors with a record of 23 up and 1 down. And Brookfield dressed in white with the blue and gold trim. Lorain Catholic has Wolzak at center. At the forwards, Dave Krubik and Paul Timko. At the guard spot, Larry Flynn and Mike Horn. For Brookfield at center, Ramon Carson. At the forwards, All-Ohio Tom Valarich and Ed Fritz. And at the guard spot, Bernie Carpenter and Larry Papsy. Wolzak will be jumping center with Ramon Carson. Wolzak at 6'5", Carson at 6'3". Lorain Catholic moving from left to right on your radio dial. Ball is in the air. The tap is knocked around, taken off by Horn. Horn to the forecourt. Baseline right. Shot off the glass. Good. Mike Horn with 2. And Lorain Catholic takes the opening lead 2-0. To the forecourt comes Papsy. He goes right side, flips to the right corner to Carson. Carson, shot for the free throw line. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, large, back up and in. Side up 2-2 as Clinton comes up court quickly. Stops right of the lane. Fires off the rim, no good. Rebound battle, knocked around, knocked toward out of bounds, but saved by Valarich. And it's Brookfield basketball. Coming up court for the Warriors is Bernie Carpenter. To the line. Stop. Shovels outside of Valarich. To the line. Open. Fires. Off the rim. No good. Wolzak rebounds. He's fouled by Carson. Carson has 1. And that is the first team foul on Brookfield first half. Just underway at St. John Arena. 2-2. Lorain Catholic against Brookfield. 7 minutes and change on the clock. 4 to the forecourt. Top of the circle. Right side, Flynn. Holding. Puts it on the floor. To the line. Stop. Pop. Off the rim. No good. Rebound knocked around. Flynn has it. Flynn in the right corner. Flips outside to Grubing. Left side, Timko. Baseline. Floater. Good. 4-2. Lorain Catholic. 6:45 first quarter. Clock is moving. Carpenter to the forecourt for Brookfield. Gets a pick. Moves baseline right. Fires it up. Off the rim. Rebound Timko. Outlet to Grubing. Grubing to the forecourt. To the line. Pass the Horn to the hoop. Up in. 6.5 minutes left. First quarter. Lorain Catholic 6. Brookfield 2. State semifinal action of Class AA. Papsy to the line. Left side. Carson. Moves to the hoop. Puts it up. No good. Timko rebound. Timko comes out of the pack. In the backcourt. Gives to Flynn. Flynn over the sideline. Goes to Horn. Horn sideline left. Tricky dribble to the circle. Spins left of the lane. Pass to Grubing. Wing pass to Wolzak. Hook shot from 8. No good. Rebound. Valarich to Brookfield. Outlet pass to Carpenter. Carpenter accelerates to the forecourt. Bounce off to Valarich. Loses it, and he is called for traveling. Clock moves under 6 minutes first quarter. Lorain Catholic 6 and Brookfield 2. Horn over the timeline, calls the play, cuts to the circle, right of the lane, fade away, off the rim, no good. Rebound Carson of Brookfield. He outlet passes to Valarich. Valarich accelerates to the forecourt, cuts by one man, right of the lane, open with an 8-footer, good. Valarich with 4, 6-4, Lorain Catholic, 5.5 on the clock. Home post Wolzak, turn, shoots over Carson, bingo. Wolzak with 2, 8-4 LC. Moving, baseline left is Papsy. Pass outside, goes off the backboard and out of bounds. The last touch by Wolzak. It is Brookfield basketball. Under the backboard is Larry Papsy, the point guard. Flips it outside, Carpenter is backcourt buddy. Back to Papsy, outside Carpenter, top of the circle. Hooks back to Papsy, works on Flynn. Papsy, top of the circle, wings it right side Valarich. Valarich double cover, flips outside Papsy, back to Valarich, side jump, off the rim, rebound Wolzak. He looks, decides to dribble up court. Now passes into Horn. Horn, side right, Goes it up and in. Ford with 6. 10-4, Lorain Catholic, and Brookfield wants a timeout. 4:43 left, first quarter. Lorain Catholic 10, Brookfield 4.
And it's a little premature, Bruce, to make any judgments early in the game, but Lorain Catholic playing their style of basketball at this point in Brookfield, really having a slow start, and right now they're looking pretty much like a one-man team. Tom Valerich is a real smooth ball player, a 6'3" senior. He's shooting the ball from various points on the floor, the baseline, top of the key, from the wing, and he looks like one fine basketball player, but the supporting cast, at this point anyway, doesn't really look that strong. Perhaps Carson is the next best ball player on the floor, but the guard situation is not one that I'm very impressed with early in the game. Of course, there's still a lot of time to play, but that's the early impression in the game thus far.
Rocky, right now, pretty good crowd on hand at St. John. Not capacity, but near it.
Near capacity. It took it a little longer to fill up than usual. Lorain Catholic over our right shoulders has a real fine contingent here.
Okay, we have 4:43 on the inbounds pass for Brookfield. It goes to Valarge. Hands off to Carpenter. The senior guard works on Flynn. Look at a pass. Outside of passing. Down low Carson. Turnaround jumper short. Rebound battle taken off by Flynn. Flynn to the forecourt. Over the sideline. Stop at the circle. Look at a pass. Decides to shoot from 17. Off the rim and in. With his first 2. 12-4, Lorain Catholic. To the forecourt is Patsy. Gets a pick. Baseline drive, nowhere to go. Throws it away, but it's picked up by Fritz. Third shot off the glass, good. Fritz with 2. 4 minutes and change. Clock moving first quarter. 12-6. Spartans on top. Ford on Carpenter. Pass right side, Flynn. Flynn down low to Simcoe. Simcoe baseline right pass to Flynn. Takes a shot, puts inside the horn. Fade away, blocked away, whistle inside. And a foul is thrown on Brookfield. Bernie Carpenter. Number 1 on Carpenter. Number 2 on Brookfield in the first half. That's a shooting foul. Ford is lined right, shooting twice. And he is looking for point number 7 already.
Setting the Brookfield lineup for, as you have done on occasion. Horn puts his first up, it's good. That's 7 points for Mike. Little Ed Fritz, a 6'1 sophomore, shouldn't say little, 6'1 sophomore is the wing, but the man who makes it happen is Larry Pasley, the 5'9 senior.
All right, Ford makes the second. He now has 8. 14-6, Lorain Catholic. We have 3:45 left. In the forecourt is Carpenter. Goes sideline left to Patsy. Gets a pick, goes by Flynn. Bounce pass to Ramon Carson. Loses it, picks it up, shoots. He is fouled. Shot does not go. The foul is thrown on Dave Brubeck of Lorain Catholic. Number 1 on Brubeck. Number 1 on LC first half. And with 3:36, Carson. Line left shooting twice. Ramon is 6'3 senior with an average on the season of 19 points a game. He makes his first. That is his first point of the night. 14-7, Lorain Catholic. Make that 14-8 as Carson hits the second. Up court quickly come the Spartans with 3.5 on the clock. Forward, tricky dribble to the circle. Kicks it out of bounds. It'll be Brookfield basketball. Went right off a Horn's foot and out of bounds, and Brookfield gets it on Lorain Catholic turnover number 1. Off court is Fritz. The sophomore holding. Flips between the circles to Valarge. Top of the key. Shoots over Timko. Short. Rebound Carson. Back up. No good. Rebound for Carson. Back up. It's off the run in. Carson very strong inside as 4. 14-10 Spartans. Down low Wilczak. Works on Carson with a hook. Up. It's off the ribbon in. Wilczak with 4. 16-10. Lorain Catholic. Clock moves under 3 minutes first quarter. Dribbling sideline left is Carpenter. Flips the top of the circle for Valarge. Holding. Goes to Carson. Shot from the free throw line off the glass. 2 long rebound. Valarge back up and in. Valarge with 6. 16-12. Up court for the Spartans. Wilczak loses it. Knocked away. Horn picks it up. Turns. Fakes. Shoots. No good, but it's fouled by Valarge. Number 1 on the 6'3 senior, the top ball player on this Warrior squad, and Horn on the double pump. line right, shooting twice. He has 8 already tonight, Rocky.
Yes, he sure does. The Spartans on the defensive end of the floor playing their man-to-man defense, but right now they're not going to the boards very effectively, and a lot of these points by Brookfield have come on rebank shots, as you'd call them, and that's one thing they have to do. Horn makes his 3rd shot from the line tonight. That's one thing the Spartans have to do, is start hitting the defensive rebound board a little harder than they are at this point.
Horn second free throw is no good when in came out. Rebound for Large. He's quickly to the forecourt, right of the lane, stops, double team, looking to pass to the right corner, Patsy. OHSAA, Horn gets a pick, doesn't use it. Dribbles down, back out front. Patsy, the point man, with the basketball, bounce to the right corner for Large. Large holding, back out to Patsy, open, fires, bingo! Patsy with 2, 17-14. Lorain Catholic, Flynn to the line, to the lane, to the hoop with a scoop. No good. Carson rebounds for Brookfield. They get knocked away by Wolzak, but Carson picks it up. This is outside of Patsy. 1:55 on the clock. Fritz left of the lane, bounce outside Patsy. Dribbles on Flynn. Inside of Fritz. Fakes. Shot blocked by Dimko. Rebound Fritz. Back up. No good. Air ball. Rebound Wolzak. Trebles. Second turnover on Lorain Catholic. 1:43 on the clock, first quarter. Lorain Catholic 17, Brookfield 14. Warriors basketball. Large will be inbounding on the baseline right underneath his basket. Flips into Patsy, side jump off the iron. Rebound Flynn. Here come the Spartans. Flynn out of the pack. Ahead to Horn. Stolen by Carpenter. Carpenter loses it. Picks it up. To Patsy, head of the field, lays up and in. Patsy with 4. 17-16, Lorain Catholic lead to 1. 1:20 on the clock. Flynn, low post, Wolzak. Looking, turns, dribble, stops, ball banged away by Carpenter, who is called on the foul. Number 2 on Bernie Carpenter. Number 4 on Brookfield. Wolzak, they say, was fouled in the act of going up, which is questionable, but anyway, Big Ron is at the line of the right with 2 shots.
And he was fouled that time by the sophomore, I believe, Ed Fritz. And that's an unusual matchup in there with Fritz going against the senior Wolzak. Now a substitute coming in for Brookfield, and that is going to be Darwin Ulmer, comes in, a freshman at 6'1", and he's going to replace Carpenter, I believe, right?
Wolzak hits his first free throw. For Ron, his 5th point of the night. All Ohio, team All-State. What an honor. Wolzak second. Put it up, put it in. Wolzak with 6. 19-16. Good ball game developing. Minute 10 on the clock. Meter running. Patsy directing traffic. Flips to March, top of the circle. Dribbles to the right side. Holds up, looking. Flips back to Patsy, top of the key. Loops in the right corner to Ulmer. Outside for Large. Double covered. Out to Patsy. Gets by Grubik. Moves baseline right. 54 seconds left. Patsy. Side jump. Way off. Rebound over. Back up. Fade away. It's off the window. The tap up. It's in. Here's the basket to Ramon Carson, who has 6. 19-18. Lorain Catholic. Flynn for the too long. Rebound fought for. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Patsy. 30 seconds left. Patsy ahead to Ulmer. Off his hands and out of bounds. Turnover number 2 on Brookfield. 31 seconds left. First quarter. Lorain Catholic 19. Brookfield 18. Spartans will be going for the last shot, I assume. Horn to the forecourt. To the top of the circle. Hand off to Grubik. All the way around the horn. Stop baseline right side. Jump short. Rebound. Loose on the floor. Still loose. Picked up by Patsy. Patsy to the forecourt. 10 seconds left. To the line. To the lane. Pass off. Knocked away. Stolen by Horn. Here comes the Spartans. Horn to Grubik. He lays it off and in. 1 second. None. That's it. At the end of the first quarter, Lorain Catholic 21, Brookfield 18. Bruce Johnson back with Rocky Hammett at St. John Arena. Rocky has the first quarter stats.
Yes, quickly, the Spartans really won that quarter. 8 for 17, that's 47%. Brookfield, 8 for 23 at 35%. Rebounds, 8 for Lorain Catholic, 12 Brookfield.
Second quarter jump. Lorain Catholic's Wolzak going up with Brookfield's Carson. Quite a pull on the backboards. The tap knocked around. Grubik picks it up, loses it, but picks it up again. Dave comes up court with a bounce pass to Horn. Cross-court Flynn. Shot from 17 off the rim. No good. Tap by Wilczak. No good. Rebound. Wilczak up in. He's fouled. It counts. Ron Wilczak got inside. He has to make that. He has 8 points on the evening. The foul was on freshman substitute Darryl Olver. His first. That puts Brookfield, by the way, over the limit. Wilczak trying for the three-point play. In and out. Rebound from Lowry. Stolen by Flynn. Passed it. It's stolen by Fritz. Up court to Olver. 2-on-2 bounce pass knocked away by Flynn. Martin tough on the defense. 23-18. Lorain Catholic. Up court to Grubik. Down low pass. Kicked out of bounds by Large. It'll still be Lorain Catholic basketball. Just underway second quarter. Spartans by 5. Simcoe looking to throw it in. Does so to Grubik in the right coffin corner. Dave loops it to Wilczak. Third shot off the glass. Good. Wilczak, the high scorer thus far with 10. 25-18 LC. 7:20 on the clock, second quarter. It is moving. Patsy gets a pick. Moves baseline left. Stop. Pass out to Large. To the line. Shot over Timko. Good. Large with 8. He is a fine-looking ball player. Very smooth. 25-20. To the forecourt. Mike Cord dribbles on freshman Olver. Left to the circle. Down low to Wilczak. He loses one man. Shoots up and in. Wilczak with 12. Looking very tough inside as he has been in this tournament. 27-20. In the right quarter is Ramon Carson. Heads off to the Large. Baseline right. Gets by Horn. Shoots from 8. Short. Rebound Flynn. Flynn comes out of the pack. Now holds up, watching traffic go by. Loops to the forecourt to Mr. Horn. Horn, shot from 20. Yes! Horn with 11, and Brookfield wants a timeout. Horn shot that one from downtown Sandusky. And with 6:32 left second quarter. Lorain Catholic 29, Brookfield 20. We'll have more of the second quarter play-by-play right after this. We're back courtside. It is Brookfield basketball. They just inbounded with 6.5 left. Left of the circle is Patsy. Holding. Bounce down low to Olver. Turnaround jump shot off the iron. Rebound Wilczak. Outlet to Horn. Here's a 2-on-1. Now Flynn stops. Pass to Horn. Fakes baseline right. Fade away off the rim. No good. Tap no good. Whistle inside. And a foul on Wilczak. Number 1 on Ron. Number 2 on Lorain Catholic first half. And while I have this opportunity, I'd just like to say hello to Jeff Bancy, who is recuperating in St. Joseph's Hospital after an appendectomy. Up court is Large with an easy layup. Large with 10. 29-22 Lorain Catholic. 6 minutes, second quarter. Flynn of the line. Shot right over Patsy. Bingo. Flynn with 4. 31-22. We are starting to run and gun here at St. John Arena. Patsy down low to Homer. Turnaround jumper. Good. He's fouled. And it counts. Freshman Darwin Olver at 6'1", puts in his first bucket of the night. By the way, out right now for Brookfield is 6'1" sophomore Ed Fritz. Bernie Carpenter back in the ballgame.
And I can see why Homer, the freshman, is the sixth man, because inside around the bucket, he's really effective. Once they get the ball to him, he's got some good power moves to the bucket, and he's taking advantage of them right now. And Dave Grubik, who's guarding him, has his hands full.
Homer completes the three-point play. 31-25. 5:40 on the clock. Flynn right on the lane. Stops inside of Wilczak. Looking. Fade away from 10. Good. Big run is turning them inside out. What a shot. 33-25. 5.5. Here's Homer working on Timko. He dribbles and travels with it. Turnover number 6 on the Warriors out of Brookfield. 33-25 LC. Semi-final basketball in the state tournament class AA. Horn over the time zone. Works on Carpenter. Dribbles right of the circle. Hands off to Flynn. Flynn gets a pick. Fires right over it. And hits. Flynn with 6. 35-25. Carpenter runs down the right side. He's in the right corner. Guarded by Flynn. Bounce back out to Patsy. Patsy holding. Puts it on the floor. Directs traffic. Stops at the key. Right side. Carpenter decides to shoot from 16. Good. Carpenter with 2. 38 25-27, 450. Horn spins to the line. Shot. Now, wait a minute, traveling on Horn. He went up, came down with the basketball, and that's traveling. Turnover number 5 on Lorain Catholic. The crowd is filling even more, and we will have, I'm sure, capacity by about 8 o'clock tonight. To the forecourt is Passy. He dribbles on Flynn. Pass to Ballard to the key. Back to Passy. Passy down the left side. Fade away. Good. Passy with 6. 35-29. 4.5. Here's Flynn on the line. Pass off to Horn. Horn on Carpenter. Shoots right over Carpenter. Blocked away. Taken off by Ballard. Ballard throws it away, and Horn tracks it down to the forecourt. Here comes the Spartans. Moving from left to right on your radio dial. He spins to the forecourt, runs over Carpenter, and is called on the offensive foul. Mike Moore, that is his first, number 3 on Lorain Catholic, and Lorain Catholic has called a timeout. 4:18 left second quarter. Lorain Catholic 35, Brookfield 29.
You know, Bruce, it's been kind of fun to watch the crowd reaction. Of course, we had seen the Gold Dust Twins fire them up in the Twilight Zone all season long, but a lot of people down here in St. John Arena tonight you can see the jaws drop as the Gold Dust Twins keep up those long outside shots, and it's sort of fun just to watch the crowd reaction every time they sink one. Everybody sort of turns around and says, "Is this guy for real? Does he do this all year long, or is he got a hot hand?"
What I want to tell you, though, right now, the man impressing me is Ron Wilczak. He's putting moves on inside. We have not seen his last bucket. He dipped inside, turned around, and put up a fadeaway right through. Beautiful move.
Certainly did, and he's being guarded, as we said, by the sophomore, Ed Fritz, and the Spartans should go to him every chance they get because he's got some moves that the sophomore can't handle, and the Spartans really should take advantage of that.
Rocky, let's remind our fans at halftime, Bob Walsh will be on hand discussing basketball with you, and that's always a highlight for the fans back in Lorain County. Brookfield basketball. In the forecourt, Patsy runs against Canales in the ball game. Outside to Carpenter. Back to Patsy. In the lane, Mallarge. Fakes over Timko. Shoots over Timko and hits. Mallarge with 12. Outstanding ball player. 35-31. Brookfield pulls within 4 once again as the clock moves under 4. Flynn, wing left. Bounce down low to Wilczak. Fade away. Hit. Wilczak with 16. 37-31. 3:45 second quarter. Patsy on the left wing. Dribbles left to the circle. Cross-court Carpenter. Back the other way. Patsy in the lane of the large. Turnaround jumper, air ball, rebound over. And in the lane, he is fouled by Canales. Check that. That's Timko that was called on a foul. His first, number 4, on Lorain Catholic in the first half. They say Ulmer was fouled in the act of shooting. And Ulmer, no, that puts Lorain Catholic over the limit. Somewhere along the line, we have missed a foul here. Homer in the 1-and-1. The freshman's first. He's off the rim, no good. Rebound, Timko. Gets the outlet pass to Flynn. Flynn quickly to the forecourt. Goes right down the middle. Pass off to Brubeck. Side jump, in, out. Back tap, knocked away, and picked off by Homer of Brookfield. 3:23. Clock moving. Here come the Warriors. Moving right to left. Patsy down the lane. Scoop pass to Carson to the hoop. Up in. Carson with 8. Nice move to the hoop. 37-33 Lorain Catholic. Flynn from 22. Bingo! Flynn with 8. 39-33. 3 minutes and the clock's moving. Patsy runs to the right corner. Stops. Down low to Carpenter. Stolen by Canales and he's tied up. Jump ball is called. Gio right on Bertie Carpenter. And Canales, the 6th man for LC, will be jumping up with Carpenter. Gio has the height advantage at the circle to the left. Rep is in the circle. Ball in the air. The back tap knocked around, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Wilczak. It's Brookfield basketball. 2:53 second quarter. Semi-final action in the Class AA state tournament at St. John Arena. High post Mallarge. Turns. Runs down the right side. Stops. Pops. Air ball. Wilczak pulls it off. Turns and comes up court with a dribble. Shovels outside and Brubeck. Brubeck to the forecourt. Left of the lane. Bounce past Timko. Down low to Wilczak. Scoop it! Pretty pass by Timko and a shot by Wilczak. And it's 41-33 LC. Patsy right of the lane, out to the large, works on Timko, holding, inside the lane of Carson. Fake, whistle traveling on Carson. 2:21, left second quarter. That, by the way, on the Warriors, turnover number 8. And we have a couple of substitutes coming into the ball game right now. No, well, let's see here. Ford is back in now. Grubik comes out. Flynn coming up court for the Spartans. Loops into the forecourt to Canales. He's open, wing left, fires, too long. Rebound, Timko, fade away, in and out. Ball's taken off the backboard by Brookfield Large. Throws ahead to Carpenter, to the forecourt, to the circle, to the line, whistle, and he's called for turning it over. 2 minutes and change on the clock. 41-33, Lorain Catholic. Good basketball to St. John Arena. And the crowd is just about capacity. Ford, the senior guard, the all-time leading scorer in LC history, spins to the forecourt, throws it away, stolen by Ulmer. Ahead it goes to Carson. One-on-one with Flynn, loses it, picks it up, and is called for traveling. And ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic defensive play by Larry Flynn. Stopped the shore basket by Carson by getting the hand in there. Carson caught the ball in midair, came down with it, and was called for traveling. Good call by the ref, and good play by Flynn. A minute 50. In the forecourt is Flynn. Flynn loops it ahead to Wilczak. Fakes. Pass cross court to Horn. Shot blocked by Carson. Picked up by Carson. Was fouled on the backcourt by Horn. Horn second, and that'll send Carson line left to the 1-and-1. Rocky right now. Fine individual play put on by both teams.
Certainly are. Mike Horn having his problems for the Spartans, but everyone else seems to be doing that steady job that they've been doing all season. Grubik not scoring a lot and Timko not scoring a lot, but they're making their contribution elsewhere. Right now, Mike Horn having his problems handling the ball as well as shooting. He's only 4 for 10 at this point. What's not 40% ain't bad.
Carson misses the foul shot. It's rebounded by Timko. And the LC captain feeds ahead to Canales to the forecourt. Runs to the free throw line. Cross court to Flynn. Larry gets a pick from Canales. Dribbles on Carpenter. Baseline left. Fakes. Falls down and is called for traveling. Larry did an old split right on the floor, and that was the traveling call. Turnover number 8 on Lorain Catholic first half. Minute 25, meter running. 41-33, Lorain Catholic. Patsy left of the lane. Pass to the large at the line. Shoot over Timko. It's no good. Wilczak rebounds. He comes out of the pack himself. Stops shy of the timeline. Ahead to Flynn. Flynn stops. Downtown bomb way off the mark. Rebound Horn. In the lane. Fakes. Shoots. Short. Tip up by Wilczak. No good. Tip by Timko. Good. Timko's first 2 and once again fall right on the stick back. Carson. Side jump off the iron. Tap. Taken off by Canales. Loses it. Knocked off his hands by Carpenter. It'll be Lorain Catholic basketball. 53 ticks on the clock, second quarter. Spartans by 10, 43-33. Flynn in the backcourt, looking for help. Fires ahead of Canales. He loses it. Picks it up. Stops. Looking for help. Fires cross court off the hands of Tim going out of bounds. It'll be Brookfield basketball. 43 seconds left, second quarter. Lorain Catholic has been on top for much of this ball game. Right now having a 10-point lead. Patsy gets the pick and a whistle up court, and that pick has been called for an offensive foul. Carson set the pick and was called for the foul. Number 2 on Carson. No shots on that. And the Spartans get it with 40, and I have given up saying Lorain Catholic will be going for the last shot. They'll shoot the ball with 1 second left from half court if they have to. Timko to the forecourt. Pass to Flynn. He loses one man. Fires from downtown. Too long, high rebound. Knocked around. Timko has it back up and in. Timko with 4. 45-33. 20 seconds left. Patsy to the line. To the lane. Right of the lane. Pass to Carson. Baseline left. In trouble. Hands off to Valarge. Valarge moves outside to Carson. Carson out the line. Double team. Bounce off to Patsy. Shot to the corner. Off the rim. Rebound. Over, back up, too long, tap back, whistle inside, and a foul is called on Timko with 4 seconds left, second quarter. On the Lorain Catholic captain is second, and with only 4 seconds remaining second quarter. Ramon Carson, the 6'3" senior center, is at the line of the left. He'll be shooting I assume in the 1-1 with 8 seconds left, but that could be 2 shots, Rocky.
I mentioned that first quarter about the rebounding problems the Spartans were having on the defensive end of the floor. They seem to have corrected that quarter, the second quarter, I should say, as that rebound by Ulmer was about the first decent rebound they've had on their own defensive end of the floor.
Carson makes his first, which means he gets the bonus. He's trying to pull his team within 10. He doesn't as the ball goes out. Rebound Wilczak over the head of Grubik and out of bounds with 1 second left. So Brookfield will have one last shot of the second quarter, down 45-34. Patsy will be inbounding in the backcourt right in front of his head coach, Larry Seifert. Patsy throws it up. It is knocked away, and that's it. Our score at the end of the first half. Lorain Catholic 45, Brookfield 34. Halftime activities right after this.
The Bicentennial Ford Store, Buckeye Ford, announces a special Sunday sale, March 28th, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. for all Ford UAW employees and families. Bring your UAW ID card and join in on this special Sunday sale.
And our halftime score, Lorain Catholic 45 and Brookfield 34. Here's the way the quarter scoring went at the end of one quarter. LC led 21-18, and at the half, Lorain Catholic by 11, 45-34. Checking the individual scoring for the Brookfield Warriors, their leader, Tom Valarich, All-Ohio, with 12 points. Inside, Ramon Carson with 9 points and probably a bunch of rebounds. 6 points for point man Larry Patsy. 3 for Darwin Ulmer, an impressive freshman that came off the bench. 2 points for Bernie Carpenter. 2 for Ed Fritz. Add that up, and that should give you 34. On the other side of the books for Lorain Catholic, its leader, Ron Wilczak, with another outstanding first half. He has 18 points. And Rocky, when you talk to Bob Walsh, Clearview coach, I'd like to see his reaction on the fact of Wilczak playing on a college court, because Ron has had fine first halves thus far in Bowling Green and at Ohio State, but has not had it in the second halves. And I'm just wondering if Ron runs out of gas due to these larger college courts. I may be looking too far into the question, but whatever. Ron with 18 points, 11 for Mike Horn, 8 for Larry Flynn, 4 apiece for Paul Timko and Dave Grubik. George Canales did not score. So Wilczak leads everyone with 18. Large right behind with 12 and 11 for Mike Horn. 45-34, halftime, Lorain Catholic on top, and here's Rocky with more stats.
Okay, thank you, Bruce. Let's first of all look at the team stats, and then we'll quickly run down some individuals for our fans who wonder how the Spartans are shooting this quarter, or at halftime, I should say. The first quarter, the Spartans went 8 for 17 from the field. That was 47%, and they were down in the rebound department 12-8 at that time, and we mentioned it, but they really come on strong now in the second quarter on the boards. And they've taken a halftime 23-18 rebound advantage over the Brookfield Warriors. The second quarter, the Spartans shot an even 50%, 12 for 24. So at halftime, we've got Lorain Catholic shooting 20 for 41 at 49%, and that's right at their season average. So they're having a good night from the field. Turnovers 10 so far by Lorain Catholic. From the line, they're 5 for 7. Brookfield, on the other hand, went 8 for 23 the first quarter. They had their problems, only 35%. In the second quarter, however, they found the range on 7 of 15 shots, 47% then. So at halftime, we've got the Warriors at 15 of 38 for 39%. And as we said, the Spartans jumped back to a rebound advantage of 23-18. Turnovers for Brookfield, 11. Individually, Ron Wilczak, as Bruce pointed out, having an exceptionally fine first half, 8 for 12, 67% for Ron. Mike Horn, 4 for 12, only 33% there for one half of the Gold Dust Twins. Larry Flynn keeping his end of the bargain up, 4 for 10 at 40%. On the Brookfield end of the offensive floor, Tom Valarich was 6 for 13, about a 50% effort. Ramon Carson, 3 for 10, 30% there. And Larry Patsy, 3 for 6, a little sophomore, the senior guard, I should say, hitting on 50% of his floor shots. So actually, it's Valarich all the way on offense for Brookfield. No other Warriors having that good an evening. Carson has been to the line 5 times for Brookfield. He's hit on 3 of 5. And the freshman Darwin Ulmer was the only other Brookfield Warrior to get to the line, and he was 1 for 2. So at halftime, the Warriors stand at 4 for 7 from the line, 18 rebounds and 11 turnovers. Let's go now to Coach Bob Walsh. pick it up with Bruce's suggestion first, Coach. Comment on Ron Wilczak's play the first half. Can he keep it up?
Oh, I think Ron can keep it up. He's stronger than he may appear. He knows when to rest and how to rest. And right now, the reason he's doing so well in the first half, it depends on what they're doing, the other team. And right now, they're trying to play him inside one-on-one with a man who isn't as big as him. And he's just totally out-positioning the man, and they're getting the ball to him for easy layups and little turnaround jump shots. And there's no... It's there. And Catholic keeps going right to it, and they haven't made any adjustment defensively. The other thing that amazes me is the way teams back off of Horn and Flynn. They don't go out and pressure them, and they give them a shot, and Horn and Flynn just totally eat them up.
Coach, you know, during the season, we saw Ron Wilczak many times, and in all due respect to the caliber of play in Lorain County, it was hard to really evaluate Ron Wilczak's play. The big man was not that evident in Lorain County this year, and Wilczak would score 22, let's say, against Brookside, and how do you evaluate that? Everything is relative, but in the tournaments, especially in the regionals, and tonight you can see the talent of Ron Wilczak against the best people in the state.
Well, they're trying to play Ron one-on-one, and as I said, you can't play Ron is physical, he's strong, he can lean into you, he has the good spring in his legs, he can jump well, and when they play him one-on-one with somebody that's not bigger than he is, he's too much for them. He gets the ball up to the hoop no matter what they do, because if they're going to play somebody his size or smaller on him, they're going to have help for that person, and right now, Brookfield has not given their inside person any help at all.
Surprisingly, Ed Fritz, the sophomore at 6'1", has been the man guarding Wilczak most of the evening, and I mentioned, Bob, that you like to go against a sophomore when you're a senior, especially in this type of situation when they're getting the ball inside. A sophomore, a senior, you got a little bit of edge when you're the senior, as Wilczak is.
This edge, it's glaring. It's standing out. The simple fact that Wilczak is totally out-positioning this young man, getting inside of him, getting behind him, and getting the lob. When the young man goes up on top of him, he calls for the ball down on the baseline side, turns around, puts in a layup. If he goes the other way on the bottom, he gets it and does a turnaround 5-foot jump shot. So it's just experience right now. There's no question that Wilczak is just eating this young man up inside.
Certainly is. You can't put it any other way. Good call, Coach. How about Tom Valerich, Brookfield? Real fine basketball player.
Very impressive, Valerich. He takes the ball to the basket well. He stops for the jump shot. I've seen him shoot a few 15-footers, a couple stoppers in the lane, and he takes the ball all the way to the basket real well. So I can see why this young man got all Ohio. He's a very complete ball player.
He certainly is. Rebounding-wise in that first quarter, let's talk about that. The Spartans were down 12-8 by our stats in the rebound department, but look how Wilczak came on in that second quarter. He had 8 rebounds alone in the second quarter. Timko had 5 in the second quarter, and Horn and Flynn each picked up 1, so they've really taken the rebound advantage. What happened in that first quarter that Brookfield controlled the board so well?
In the first quarter, Lorain Catholic was trying to get people out on the fast break, and they were letting Timko and Wilczak running as close to it themselves. There in the second quarter, you saw 4 or 5 Spartans going to the basket to get the rebound and get position. They weren't bailing out to get the fast break, and this has made the big difference. Now they have people in there. In the first quarter, I noticed a couple times, or several times, Timko was in there by himself, trying to fight off 2 and 3 rebounders for the rebound, and a couple times Wilczak was with him, but I think they were just trying to get it and go with it, and what they've done is they've changed that. Now they're all going in there to help out. I know Flynn came up with a couple key rebounds there. Horn got a rebound and threw one down the floor, and Wilczak and Timko are still in there, and the other forward, Rubik or Canales, whoever it might be, he is also there. So I think now they're sending people to the defensive boards where they did in the first quarter.
One final comment on Brookfield, and we'll return to Bruce. Pretty young team, really, with a sophomore and a freshman in there. You think they'll be back?
Oh, they're a very young team. It's hard to say. Back to here, I think they'll be very impressive in their tournament play, but back to here, that's a whole different story. I think right now another thing in the ball game is that youth is showing. A couple times they closed in on Catholic, and what happened was when they got close, they seemed to rush and make very many mistakes and let Catholic go ahead and build another lead on them.
Okay. Bob Walsh, the head coach of the Clearview Clippers, who will be back with us in the post-game activities. Our halftime score once again, Lorain Catholic 45, Brookfield 34. Stand by for third quarter play-by-play right after this word. Catholic to our left, talking to head coach Jim Lawhead, and Brookfield to our right, talking to head coach Larry Seifert. 45-34 at the half. Lorain Catholic over Brookfield. The winner of tonight's ball game moves on to the Class AA state championship game Saturday morning at 11:30 against the winner of tonight's second ball game, Dayton Ross against Millsville. Checking the lineup starting this third quarter. Wilczak at center for Lorain Catholic. Ford and Flynn in the backcourt. Rubik and Tipko at forwards. For Brookfield, Carson at center. Volarish and Fritz at the forwards. Carpenter and Patsy in the backcourt. Wilczak will be jumping with Carson. Spartans move from right to left. Here's the jump. Back tap to Flynn. Spartans have it. Up court to Grubik. Dave baseline right. Stop. 8-footer. Too long. Rebound battle. Wilczak has it. It's knocked away, but picked up by Grubik. Dave puts it on the floor. Out front to Larry Flynn. Flynn inside Wilczak. Surge with the hook. Good. Wilczak with 20. 47-34, just underway third quarter. Sideline left, Fritz, holding. Outside of Valarge. Valarge, right side, Carpenter in the lane, 10-footer short. Ball banged around. Timko has it. He is fouled on the backcourt by Fritz. Number 1 on Fritz. Fritz is out of bounds. Inbounds pass goes to Flynn. Ahead to Horn. Up court to Grubik. Knocked away by Fritz and out of bounds. It goes into press row. It'll still be Lorain Catholic basketball. Ron Wilczak, the game's leading scorer with 20, and I personally have not seen Ron play better offensive basketball this year. Flynn in the forecourt, right on the lane, fakes. Down low to Wilczak, shovels down to Grubik, side jump, yes! Grubik with 6, 49-34. 7 and change on the clock. Third quarter. Sideline left, Carpenter. Comes all the way around a Horn. Pass off to Patsy, baseline right. Outside of Large, open with a 12-footer. Off the rim, a rebound battle. Flynn has it. Flynn comes up court, the right-hand dribble, accelerates to the forecourt, pass off the Horn, open from 12, too long. Ball comes out on the fly to Valarge. Valarge up court, races on Horn, right down to the hoop, pass off to Carson, lays it up and in. Carson with 11, 49-36, and a semi-press is being applied by the Warriors as Flynn breaks it with a pass to Horn. Horn from a pass to Grubik, to the hoop with a scoop, good. Grubik with 8. 51-36. Lorain Catholic really turned it on. Carson shot from 10. It's short. Rebound Horn. And the Spartans are in their ballpark right now as they're playing running gun. Horn to the forecourt. Between the legs. To the line. Down the lane. Pass to Grubik. Wing shot. Too long. Rebound. Flynn back up. It's off the tap. Good by Tipko. Tipko with 6 and Brookfield wants a timeout. 6:05 left third quarter. Lorain Catholic 53 and Brookfield 36 is Rocky. Lorain Catholic basketball at its finest.
It certainly is, and that's the kind of ball they like to play. Let's bring it down the court, and as we've said on occasion, the guy with the ball when they cross the midcourt stripe is the one who gets the shot, and that's what they're doing right now. Of course, I don't think Brookfield wants to get in that kind of game with Lorain Catholic, or it's just a matter of what the final score, the final spread will be, because I don't think you can beat the Spartans when you want running gun with them. You got to control the tempo, as coaches around Lorain County will tell you. That is the coaches who have been on the losing end of all those games that the Spartans have won this year. You've got to control the tempo. Anytime you run a shoe with them, you're in trouble.
Rocky, you know, the word out on Brookfield was that their game, their strong point, was pressure man-to-man defense. And we have not really seen that tonight as far as full court pressure going in. They started to put it on there, but it was more or less three-quarter press. But they've got to go to it soon, down by 17 third quarter.
They better, and look for it right now, trying to jump back into the game.
All right. 6:05 left third quarter. Lorain Catholic 53. Brookfield 36. State semifinal action in Class AA at St. John Arena at Ohio State. Sideline right, a new player in the ball game, Jack Schuler. He passes to Valarge, fakes at the line. Inside is Schuler, turnaround jumper, good. Schuler, a 6'3 senior, is in the ball game replacing Carson. 53-38. Up court comes Horn. Between the circles, to the key, to the line, to the lane. 8-footer, good. Horn with 13, 55-38, 5:35, clock moving third quarter. Patsy, sideline left, works on Horn, baseline left, comes out of the pass to the Large, holding, pass back to Patsy. Patsy dribbles to the top of the circle, gets a pick, shoots over for Large, it's no good. Rubik rebounds, gets it out to Flynn. Flynn watches traffic go by, comes up court, stops, loops it inside the Horn, off his hands and out of bounds. Getting ready to check back in the ballgame for Brookfield will be starting center Ramon Carson. Carson comes in, replaces sophomore Ed Fritz. Also in his freshman replacement, Darwin Homer. Homer is in, and coming out, they have to bring somebody out. They have 6 people on the floor, and Carpenter is the guy that is going to sit on the pines for the time being. So the lineup for Brookfield has Carson back at his center, Schuler and Villarge at the forwards, Patsy and Homer at the guards, a tall lineup. And up court, a pass stolen by Grubik. 1-on-3, to the hoop, up, blocked away by Villarge. Beautiful play. Simcoe picks up, goes to Horn, shot for the key, bingo. Horn with 15. Here's Villarge, right of the lane, stop, double team, outside Patsy, open with a gun. He hits it. With 8, 57-40, 4:45, third quarter. The press is not yet on. Rubik shot the sideline, moves it over, goes down low to Wilczak. Wilczak, easy layup. Wilczak with 22, 59-40, 4.5 third quarter. Patsy, wing shot, good. Patsy with 10, 59-42, 4:20, clock moving. Rubik to the forecourt is called for traveling. We're not seeing a full court press, but still, Brookfield is putting the people at the midcourt line and dropping the guards back deeper in the backcourt, and there is more or less a press going on. Here's Patsy with the hot hand inside to Carson to the hoop with a scoop good. Carson with 13, and Brookfield is coming back at 59-44, 4 minutes to change. Flynn, double team, goes ahead to Horn. 2-on-1, Horn for the line, up in. Horn with 17. 61-44. Clock moves under 4 minutes. Left side, Villarge, guarded by Grubik. Cross-court Patsy, works on Horn. Moves sideline right, shoots over Flynn. It's short. Rebound Timko. Timko eludes traffic in the backcourt. Comes up court with the right-hand dribble. Over the line. Pass ahead to Grubik. Grubik, baseline left. Ball knocked out of bounds by Patsy. Patsy, a real fire plug out there for the Warriors, is shouting encouragement to his fellow teammates. Lorain Catholic by 17. Timko looking to get it in, does so to Horn. Spins by Homer down the lane, running gun. Good, what a move! Horn with 19, what a spinning move. It's 63-44. In the lane, Homer. Pass off to Carson, whistle inside. We get the call at 3 seconds off Brookfield. I want to tell you, we have seen some outstanding offensive moves on both sides of the ledger tonight. More so than any time this season. Horn over the sideline, and as he makes his move over, the freshman Homer fouls him. Number 2 on Homer, number 2 on Brookfield, second half. 3:21 on the clock, 63-44, Lorain Catholic over Brookfield. Spartans look tough. Horn to the forecourt, dribbles, stops, fires, hits. Horn, 21. 65-44, wind him up and watch him go. Villarge left to the circle, left to the lane, shot over Grubik, short. Rebound, Horn, here they come again. Spartans to the forecourt, Horn to the circle, pass off to Flynn, stop, fade away, yes! Flynn with 10, 2:55 left, and Brookfield wants a timeout. Listen to the crowd. 2:55 left, third quarter. Lorain Catholic by 23, 67-44 over Brookfield.
And I just hope that this spurt hasn't come too early, Bruce. The thought that comes to mind is I just wish there were only 2:55 left in the game, in the game, not in the third quarter, for Lorain Catholic's sake, because they've really hit a spurt now. They caught the momentum of Brookfield. It's completely out of it unless Lorain Catholic gets lax, and that's what that's the thought that comes to my mind, and I hope it's coming along. Coach Law has also, so he's telling his people over there, now let's not get overconfident. They can get right back in the ball game. They're a good club. They got some good shooters, so at this point, with a whole quarter of ball left, don't become overconfident. But with that fine lead right there and 67 points already scored, it looks as though the Spartans are going to hit that offensive average.
I want to tell you, Rocky, that last fast break was the epitome of a fast break. The rebound was taken off the board, set out to Horn. Horn looked up court first, went right down the middle of the court, all the way to the lane, passed off this lane, side jump, bingo.
That's the way you draw it up in the playbook, and that's the way they're running it right now, and that's why they've jumped out to such a fine lead, along with Mike Horn, who's having a real good half, 5 for 5 this quarter already.
I want to tell you right now, Brookfield doesn't know whether they're coming or going. They have the basketball right now. Carpenter back in the game, down the lane with an 8-footer. It's in and out and in. Ball went down, came out, went back in. Carpenter has 4. 67-46. 2:40 left and up court. Rubik turns it over. Well, they say the trip of many miles is started with the first step. Man, for Brookfield, they have started their trip of many miles. To the forecourt is Patsy. He is on Flynn. Down on the Carson in the lane with a shot way off the mark. Loose to the corner. Rubik tracks it down. And the Spartans have a 3-on-1. Wilczak to Horn to the hoop. No good. Rebound Horn up and in. Horn with 23. And that's the margin of difference right now. 69-46. 2:18 on the clock. Patsy on Rubik. Stopped into the lane of Large to the hoop with a scoop. No good. Rebound battle. Knocked around. Taken off by Carpenter. Out to Patsy from downtown. He hits. Patsy with 12. 2 minutes exactly left third quarter. 69-48. Flynn in the forecourt. Flynn left to the circle. Puts on a fancy dribbling act. Whips to Malena Tidko. Shot off the glass. It's no good. Tap by Horn. Short. Rebound. Schuler. Ahead it goes to Large. To the circle. To the line. To the lane. Bounce to the ground. And Large is fouled by Flynn. Number 1 on Flynn. That'll send Large to the line shooting twice. And Rocky, maybe Lorain Catholic is getting up court too quickly, but I can't understand why Larry Seifert, the head coach of Brookfield, is not putting on a full court press.
He should be at this point. I don't know what he's saving it for. No pressure being applied, and Volarich, a real turnaround from the first half.
Inbounds pass goes to Carson with an easy 8-footer. Carson with 15. 69-50. 1:38 third quarter. Tidko running around at the midcourt line. Gives off to Horn. Horn with a left-hand dribble. Works on Carpenter. He eludes Carpenter. To the hoop with a floater. Good. Horn with 25. Put on the Jets and went right by Carpenter. 71-50. A minute 20. In the right corner is Volarich. Dribbles on Tidko. Nowhere to go. Out to Carpenter. Double team. Back to Volarich with a side shot. Good. Volarich with 14. Minute change left third quarter. 71-52. Lorain Catholic. Tidko in the backcourt. Spins over the sideline. Loses it. Kicks it out of bounds. Right now, I don't understand why the Spartans have Tidko and Rubik bringing the ball up court. But whatever the case may be, you can't knock it when they're up by 19. 1:01 on the clock. Clock now moves under 1 minute third quarter. Carpenter dribbling between the circles. Gets a pick. Stops. Fires over Flynn. He hits. Carpenter with 6. 71-54. In the backcourt is Tidko. Throws it ahead to Flynn. Walks it over the sideline. Guarded by Patsy. In the right corner, Horn. Fakes. Up. Jump. Hit. Horn with 27. 73-54. 35 seconds left third quarter. Carpenter down the lane with a scooper. No good, but a whistle inside. And a foul on Wilczak. Wilczak with 2. And that is only the first team foul on Lorain Catholic second half. Coming into the ballgame now for Lorain Catholic is Canales. He will be replacing Tidko. And at the line of the right shooting twice is Bernie Carpenter.
And I don't know what Coach Law has said to Mike Horn at halftime, but they must have really got things straightened out in there, because at this point Horn is just really putting the eyes out of the bucket. In this quarter alone, he is 3, 5, 8 for 10. He's only missed 2 score shots this quarter. 8 for 10 and 80% effort in this quarter after shooting 33% the first half.
Carpenter misses the first, made the second, but they say a foul violation on Brookfield, so the second foul shot does not count. Carpenter does not get any points at the line. It's Lorain Catholic basketball. Flynn left of the lane, loses it. It's knocked away by Patsy, off of Patsy's hands. It'll still be Lorain Catholic basketball. 28 seconds, third quarter. another man coming into the ball game right now. It's a Brookfield substitute. Darwin Ulmer back in the ball game, replacing Jack Schuler. All right, inbounding underneath the LC basket will be Gio Canales. Looking, bounce into Wilczak, double team, turns, looking, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Canales, turns, fakes, shoots, hits. Gio Canales with his first bucket. And the foul was on somebody inside on Brookfield. It really doesn't matter. It's on Ulmer, his third, number 3 on Brookfield, and Canales looking for the three-point play. It is off the rim and in. Canales with 3, 76-54, 20 seconds left. Clock moving. Carpenter races to the forecourt, to the circle, comes around the horn, hands off to Valarich, baseline right, stops, shot from 10, in, out, rebound Horn. Here come the Spartans with 9 seconds. Horn up court. Dribbles between 2 men, to the circle, to the line, to the lane, pass to Wilczak, no shot, whistle. A foul is called on Horn, offensive charge. Number 3 on Horn, number 2 on Lorain Catholic, second half. With 4 seconds left, third quarter. It'll be Brookfield basketball down by 22. Carpenter will be inbounding right in front of press row, where all the radio stations are located. Gets it into Patsy with 3 seconds. 2, 1, shot at the buzzer. Off the rim, no good, and that's it. At the end of 3 quarters of play, Lorain Catholic 76, Brookfield 54. We'll have the fourth quarter right after this. Center with Ramon Carson. Lorain Catholic will be moving from right to left on your radio dial. Ball is in the air, the tap knocked twice, picked off by Carpenter. Head of Valarich, dribbles on Flynn, stop, shot for 5, good. Valarich with 16, and he is every bit as good as all Ohio. Flynn breaks the press to the backcourt, goes ahead to Wilczak, 1-on-1, stop, pop, hits. Wilczak 24, and up court, Canales steals it away from Carson. Goes to Flynn. Flynn over the timeline, puts on the brakes, now comes back the other way, down the lane pass to Wilczak, easy layup. Wilczak with 26, 80-56, Valarich in the lane, loose it, but he's fouled by Canales. Canales with 1, and that is the third team foul on Lorain Catholic second half. Valarich will be inbounding, he does not get the shots, Lorain Catholic not over the limit. Just underway fourth quarter. 7:22 left in the ball game. Valarich loops it outside over the head of Ulmer, who tracks it down right at midcourt. Whips to the right corner to Patsy. Inside of Valarich. Drives to the hoop with a shot, no good. Well, Valarich is fouled by Wilczak. Ron is a little bit slow in coming up, but I think he's just a bit tired and trying to catch a couple of winks in between foul shots there. On Wilczak, his third. Number 4 on Lorain Catholic. Valarich will be shooting twice, line right, looking for number 17.
And good drive by the All-Ohio basketball player, who's been held intact here in the second half pretty well by Paul Timko. Timko right now is on the bench, and he has to be taken out of the game because he was just dead tired, and you got to be guarding a fine player like Valarich. But credit to Timko to hold him to 1 bucket in that third quarter after getting 12 points in the first half.
Valarich hits his first, he had 17, and Timko now coming back in the ball game. Coming out Grubik. Timko in with 6, Grubik out with 8. Once again, the unsung heroes at forwards. Timko and Grubik doing their share and much more. Valarich is second, put it up, in, out, in. Valarich with 18, it's 80-58. 7:15, Canales in the backcourt, watched by Ulmer. Shot of the timeline, moves it over. He's down the middle, stops with a pop in the lane. Too long, rebound tap. Whistle inside, foul is thrown on Larry Flynn. Flynn second, that puts LC over the limit. We'll take the height down to the right side of the court, but not before Lorain Catholic calls the timeout. 7:07 left, fourth quarter. Lorain Catholic 80, and Brookfield 58.
I don't really know why Jim Law had called that timeout. Perhaps things are getting a little ragged there at the start of this first quarter, although Wilczak started it out real nice with 2 big buckets against the press, and Brookfield finally came with that full-court press we've been expecting for a long time. This time it was pressure zone press, 2-2-1 zone press, but they took it the length of the court and applied the full-court pressure instead of 3/4 court. But the thing they didn't do was guard the baseline back here under the Lorain Catholic bucket, and as a result, a quick pass down the floor caught Ron Wilczak wide open, not a Brookfield Warrior in sight, and he had 2 easy layups, and the Spartans jumped up to a big lead. And right now, Bruce, about the only thing Brookfield can do is to save face and keep themselves from being embarrassed.
Maybe I'm just deaf, but it doesn't seem to me to be a loud crowd tonight at St. John Arena. Very quiet crowd, one that is very basketball conscious, but not going bananas.
I think the nature of the game and the nature of the score has a lot to do with it, too. For a tighter contest, which it was that first half, it was pretty vocal in here, but now people say, things are back to normal. The Spartans on top by their usual 10, 15, 20 points.
Carpenter at the line. He misses his foul shot. Timko rebounds, but they say the captain went in the lane too soon. Carpenter gets a new lease on life. He'll be shooting 1-1 line right. His team down by 22, and Brookfield will start hoping for that miracle in a couple of seconds. Carpenter's foul shot is good. Rolled around the rim and fell in. Carpenter with 7. The bespectacled senior has one more coming on the bonus. Carpenter flips it up and in. Carpenter with 8. 80, 60. 7 minutes and change left of the ball game. Canales to the backcourt, throws it away. Villard steals it, shoots it up and in, but no basket. Offensive foul on Villard. Number 2 on Villard. Number 4 on Brookfield in the second half. Timko did just what he should have done. He stepped right in front of Villard in enough time. And Villard sent him to the hardwood, but Timko drew the foul. Timko looking to inbound in the backcourt. Gets it in to Canales. Back to Timko in the forecourt. Ball in midcourt, hands off to Gio. Gio dribbles on over. Stops to the left corner. Double team. Looks outside to Horn. Horn to the circle, to the line, to the lane. Up, too long, tap up, no good. Rebound, Timko with. And a foul inside on Timko. No, change that, Canales. Number 2 on Canales, who will be coming up court once again for a 1-1 on the Brookfield side of the ledger. Now, out of the ball game is Canales. Canales leads with 3 points, 2 personals, and Ramon Carson is at the line of the right shooting 1-1. He has 15 points. Incidentally, Rubik is in the ball game now for LC with 8 points.
Canales did a real fine job. Tonight is especially, so to speak, with hitting the board. They did that really effectively. Carson makes his first for the 1-on-1, and Canales picks up that personal, trying to go to the board.
Carson makes the second, 80-62. Running up the right side is Rubik. Double team, loses the ball, picks it up, gets it to Horn, wing left. Horn puts it on the floor, dribbles on Patsy, loses it to Patsy. It's loose. Horn picks it up, and Horn is... Ball is fouled by Patsy. Patsy picks up his first personal. That puts Brookfield over the limit. And Horn will be line left shooting 1-1. Horn tonight has 27. Wilczak, 26. Flynn, who's usually in on the scoring binge, only has 10 tonight. Horn in a 1-1. We have 6:34 left in this ball game. Lorain Catholic 80. Brookfield 62. Horn's first up in. Horn with 28. His season's high this year. 34 against Avon. Wilczak's season high, 32 against Avon. Horn second. Put it on, put it in. Horn with 29. 82-62, 6.5 left. Carpenter runs to the line, to the lane, bounce off to Patsy, baseline, floater blocked away by Wilczak, picked up by Carpenter, he loops it up, in, out, tap up, it is off the rim, it is. Carson gets the bucket. 19 for Carson, he leads Brookfield in scoring, 82-64. Flynn, we'll change that to Omer, by the way. Here's Flynn down the lane with a scoop, no good, but Flynn is fouled by Patsy. Patsy has 2. We thought it was Carson. We'll erase the 2 points from Carson and give them to Omer, the freshman, who has 5. Flynn came up court, took it to the hoop, was fouled by Patsy, and with 6:10 left in the ball game, Flynn will have 2 shots flying left.
A good observation on your part. Larry Flynn being fairly quiet in the scoring department this half, but right there he cans his 11th point of the night. He has only 1 bucket this half, but as if that time he said to himself, I got to get some points. He drove the lane, put it up, and was fouled.
Made the first, missed the second. Villar's rebounds. He comes all the way up court to the line, knocked away, picks it up, loose on the floor. Horn gets it. Villard steals it. Villard gets up, whistle, traveling on Villard. one of your more popular calls as far as Brookfield fans are concerned, but nonetheless, it's Lorain Catholic basketball. Horn to the forecourt, dribbles by his man, down the lane, past to Flynn, lays it up, blocked away by Villarge. Villarge is called on a foul. Villarge is third, and Rocky, you got to really feel for a guy like Tom Villarge. All Ohio, this guy is playing his heart out, and he has the look of frustration on his face.
He certainly is. Things just aren't going right for Brookfield at this point. And as I mentioned in about the first quarter, the supporting cast for the young man is not the greatest. He is one fine, smooth basketball player and deserves the credit he's gotten. Flynn makes his second of 3 foul shots tonight. He gets another. And it's just too bad, as you said, that he couldn't have a better supporting cast.
Flynn makes both free throws. He has 13. 5:50, clock moving, Lorain Catholic by 21. Carpenter at the line, gets it stolen by Flynn. Taken off by Horn. Just Flynn off to the races, lays it home. Flynn with 15, 87-64. Villarge for the line shot, no good. Rebound, Wilczak. Here come the Spartans. Wilczak out of the pack. Ahead to Flynn. Flynn between the circles to Grubik. Baseline floater blocked away by Carpenter. Grubik goes down hard. And Grubik will be shooting line left, shooting twice. And Jim Lawhead has not liked what he saw. And let's see the referee coming out, calling a timeout. Grubik was introduced rather rudely to the hardwood. And that was one of those signs of frustration, Rocky, as Patsy came up and gave the karate chop to Grubik, who went down hard. But Dave will be getting the better of it as he goes to the line with the 2 shots.
And anytime you take that baseline drive, you're in for something under there because you get the inside move on somebody, but then they try to make up for it near the hoop, and you got to go up strong with it. Grubik did just that, but whoever it was, Carpenter or Patsy, I'm not sure, really clobbered him. And as you said, he went to the hardwood very hard.
You know, Rocky, every time I say or talk about a player being on the floor, it comes to my mind about Lorain Catholic. There are 5 starters who have started every ball game this year. They've never had an injury that has kept the ball player out of the ball game this year. It's been unbelievable that those 5 have started every ball game and have played when it's counted.
Very unusual. Usually during one point in the season, someone will pick up an injury, and very well on that play. It could have happened to Dave Grubik. He came down on both wrists, and of course the wrists are a vulnerable area of your body in basketball. He could have very well been injured, but as you say, knock on wood, the Spartans have been fortunate in that area. And look at the scoreboard, Bruce. 87 points for Lorain Catholic. I believe that's their tournament average.
That is, they're scoring 87 a ball game in the tournament, so they have hit that. And with 5.5 left in this ball game, Lorain Catholic, against a very good basketball team, I am sure, has a chance to go over the century mark. Their record for the school, 114 points against Independence. Grubik's foul shot is no good. He has 1 more, as he was fouled in the act of shooting. Rocky is rifling through his statistics, trying to find out the tournament record. Grubik second, good. Grubik with 9, 88-64, Lorain Catholic. Up court goes Patsy in the left coffin corner with the bomb. Good. Patsy with 14, 88-66 up court, and Wilczak, easy layup. Wilczak with 28. Up court quickly comes Carpenter, it's 90-66. Carpenter outside of Patsy, inside to Over, fakes, takes to the hoop whistle, traveling on Over. Wilczak is 28, Horn 29, Flynn 15, 90 points altogether for Lorain Catholic. In the backcourt is Flynn. He accelerates to the forecourt, pass to Horn. Horn stops, fakes to the lane with a running gun, no good. Rebound the March, flips it outside to Patsy, ahead to Carpenter, easy layup, good. Carpenter with 10, 90-68, 4:45, clock moving, 4th and final quarter. And it appears Lorain Catholic is on its way to the state finals. Horn, wing right, dribbles on Carpenter, stops at the circle, hands off to Flynn. Flynn double cover, looking for help, throws in the left corner, knocked away by Patsy, loose on the floor, Patsy picks it up. Warriors on the run, Patsy ahead of Carpenter, one-on-one Timko, puts it up, blocked by Timko. Rebound Horn, a lay-on run coming up, Horn down the middle, Horn stops, shot off the glass, no good. Horn should have passed it off to, but whatever, up court it goes to Villarge. Here's a 2-on-1, Villarge with a scoop, good. Villarge with 20, 90-70, 4:05 as Grubik races up court and is fouled by Over. And that on Over is number 4. Grubik will be at the line to the left, shooting 1-1. You got anything, Mr. Hammond?
I'm searching very quickly. The highest winning score, 87 points by Merriman in 1953. This is a AA scoring records I'm looking at. So unofficially, we've got a new AA scoring total by Lorain Catholic with 90 points at this point with about 4 minutes to go in the game. Isn't that unbelievable?
What are you going to say? Here's Rubik's foul shot. Good. Rubik with 10. He becomes the 4th LC player tonight to hit double digits. Rubik looking for point number 11, looking to hit his season's average. He does. Rubik with 11. 92-70. Clock moving to the 4-minute mark. Up court passing off his hands and out of bounds. 4:03 left. Lorain Catholic putting on quite a show before the Capital City crowd. Canales down the middle, to the line, to the lane, to the hoop. Up in. Canales with 5. 94-70. 350. Right of the lane, Valarich. Down the lane with a scoop. Good. Valarich has 4 moves down the lane and highs as Pickles. Up court pass goes to Wilczak. 1-1. Shot off the glass. Good. Wilczak with 30. 96-72. 3:33. Clock moving. Wing left. Carpenter with a bomb. Too long. Rebound battle. Valarich to the hoop. Puts it up and in. He's fouled. Valarich with 24. Timko on the foul. Now Timko, his 3rd. That'll send Valarich line right, trying for the 3-point play. Valarich with 24, with beautiful moves inside the lane.
And we're rewriting the record books tonight, Bruce. We'll be counting those officially after the game, but right now both teams have broken the 2-team combined total record here at St. John, also at AA.
Valarich misses the free throw. Rebound by Wilczak. Up to Rubik. Side jump off the rim. It is. Rubik with 13, 98-74. Valarich down low to Carpenter, reverse good. Carpenter with 12, and here comes Spartan, trying to hit the 100-point mark. Rubik in the backcourt is fouled by Carpenter. He has 3. And if Rubik can hit both ends of the 1-1, this will be unofficially the first team ever in the history of the Class AA tournament to go over 100 points at St. John Arena.
Certainly will be, and that record of both teams was 145 points scored by Columbus Ready and Delta St. John in 1973. Columbus Ready had 79, Delta St. John 66. Both teams well over that total, so we've got a new record there, along with breaking Marymount's 1953 record, most points in a game, 87, and that was at Cincinnati in 1953.
Lorain Catholic, Dave Rubik makes the first. One more, and he has 100. His second, no good. Rebound, Rubik to Wilczak, puts it up and in. 101-76. Passing from downtown misses. Rebound, Valarich off his hands, but it will be Brookfield basketball. No, they change it. Lorain Catholic basketball. 101-76, 2:52 left in the ball game. Lorain Catholic has it. Canales from 17, in and out. Rebound Homer. He comes out of the pack. Outlet pass to Carpenter. To the forecourt. Right of the lane, down the lane. Loses it to Flynn. Loose on the floor. Carpenter picks it up. Throws it away. Lorain Catholic basketball. What a performance put on tonight by Lorain Catholic. Can't say enough. Timko inbounds to Flynn. Knocked out of bounds by Carpenter. It will still be Lorain Catholic basketball. 2:37 left. 101-76. In the backcourt, a pass goes to Canales. 2-on-2. Gio stops. Shovels it off to Wilczak. 1-on-1. Turn around, fadeaway air ball. Tap by Timko. Good. Timko with 8. 103-76. In the lane, Valarich. He loses it out of bounds. It'll be Lorain Catholic basketball. And now Lorain Catholic starting to clear the bench with 2:21 left. Coming out is Ron Wilczak. Wilczak departs with 32, a game high. Is not quite at the record set by Mike Phillips, but Phillips has 38. That was set back in 1974. Timko comes out with 8. Also out. Horn with 29. Here's Flynn. To the line, to the lane with a scoop. Good! Flynn off the glass with a right-hander. It's 105-76. On the instant replay. We got to talk about that one right now. The reason I was so loud on that, the lady came all the way down court. On the fadeaway, put up a right-handed hook off the glass. Somehow it went in. I want to tell you, if I sound like a Lorain Catholic fan, that is because I am. Left of the lane is Carpenter, shot off the glass, way off, rebound, Tubbs. Outlet goes to Simonovic. All new players in. Simonovic down the lane, stop, shot from the line. It's off the rim. Rebound, Canales loses it, picks it up, stops, pops from 10, no good. Rebound, Simonovic, up, in. Simonovic with 2, an up-court pass, goes to Passy, fakes, shoots, no good. Whistle, foul is called on Tim Kopernak. All right, here is a lineup right now for Lorain Catholic with 1:47 left in the ball game. At center, Tim Tubbs. At the forwards, Don Simonovic and Tim Kopernak. At the guards, KK, Ken Kowalski, and also Perry Delfino. Savant is getting ready to make his appearance any second now. 107-76. Lorain Catholic with 1:47 left has a chance to set its all-time record, which is 114 points against Independence. It is beyond my imagination for a team in the state tournament to outscore one of the top 4 teams in the state by 31 points. The foul shot by Patsy is good. Patsy with 15. We have new players coming into the ball game right now for Brookfield. We'll check them as they touch the ball. Patsy makes the second. Patsy has 16. 107-78. 1:47 left. Millarge comes out of the ball game. Millarge has 24 points and a job well done. Tubbs in the backcourt, throws it into Simonovic. Back to Tubbs. Looking for help, gets off to KK. KK with the right-hand dribble, changes hands on the dribble to the forecourt. Puts on the brakes, loses it, picks it up, goes in the lane to Kopernak, knocked away by Ulmer. Ulmer picks it up, he is off to the races, lays it up and in. Ulmer with 7, he is a fine-looking freshman. Now the inbounds pass to Kowalski, knocked away loose on the floor, picked up by Gary Sapolsky, who travels with it. 1:24 left in the ball game. Coming into the ball game for Lorain Catholic, Mark Savant. Savant replaces Simonovic, who leads with 2. Jim Lawhead is going down the bench and is congratulating all the players on the team with a job well done tonight. Here comes Spartans. Mr. Savant to the forecourt, to the line, down the lane, leads off the top, shot no good. Ball knocked out of bounds, last touch by Brookfield. It will be Lorain Catholic basketball with 1:16 left. Spartans by 27 in a left-sitting basketball tonight. Delfino side jump, in, out, rebound knocked around, loose on the floor, picked up by Brookfield. It's Cebulski right of the lane, loses it out of bounds off the hands of Kowalski. 1:07 left in the ball game. Inbounds pass goes to Cebulski, turns, fires, hits. Cebulski has 2. 107-82 in the backcourt, Kowalski, and he is called for back and forth as he went over and then went back in the forecourt, or the backcourt, I should say. 56 seconds left. Lorain Catholic has won it, and the Spartans are in the state tournament, 1 game away from the state championship. To the forecourt is Bombeck, shoots, no good, rebound, Kowalski. 45 seconds, clock moving. Kowalski ahead to Kopernak. Kopernak down low, shot off the glass, no good, rebound. Sub to attack by George Swagger. Everything is academic at this point. Tubbs will be shooting 1-1 with 42 seconds left. 107-82. Lorain Catholic with a tournament record-setting performance tonight. Rocky will be checking all those tournament records in the post-game show. Bob Walsh will also be with us to provide his comments. Tubbs, the 7th man on this Lorain Catholic ball club, looking for his first point of the night. He puts it up, it's too long. He has one more coming, as they say. He was found in the act of shooting. Tubbs with one more. Lorain Catholic has accumulated 107 points tonight. Make that 108 as Tubbs hits the free throw. Inbounds pass goes to Bombeck. Back to the forecourt. Eludes Kowalski. Stops baseline left. Shoots it up from there. It's in and out. Rebound, Delfino. Feeds ahead of Kowalski. 2-on-2. Kent slows it up. Stops. Looking for help. Throws it in the lane and out of bounds. It'll be Brookfield basketball with 25 seconds left. Does not look like Lorain Catholic will get the school record of 114, but who cares? Up court comes Bombeck. Shovels it off to Swagger. Side shot. Air ball. Rebound taken off and put in by Jeff Carver. Carver with 2. Inbounds pass thrown away, but knocked out of bounds by Brookfield. We have 12 seconds left. 108-84. Lorain Catholic. Delfino inbounds to spot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Ball knocked away. Kowalski picks it up with 3 seconds. He passes off, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Delfino. That's it. The final score from Columbus. Lorain Catholic 108. Brookfield 84. The Spartans with a record of 25-0 are headed for the state championship game this Saturday morning. Our final score once again is Lorain Catholic 108, Brookfield 84. Record-setting performance, which we'll talk about later on. Right now with me is the head coach of Lorain Catholic, Jim Lawhead. Coach, congratulations on another win.
Thank you, Bruce. The kids played super today. They came out and played the game, and I told them to play our game and keep it on all the time, and they did a heck of a job.
You know, we talked about Ron Wilczak so much during this ball game tonight. It seems as the competition gets better, Ron gets that much better. And I think at this point, people can really see now how fine a player Ron Wilczak is.
Ron's a great player. He's a tremendous dominant player. He's tough, he's strong, he's great inside. He had a great game. All the kids had a great game, I think.
Coach, in that first half, it looked for a while like it was going to be a close ball game all the way down, and then you blew it open at the end of that second quarter. What did you do differently in that second quarter, if different at all?
We didn't do anything different, Bruce. We just alternated our defense from the man-to-man to the zone. We handled their pressure, I think, was the biggest thing. We were afraid of their pressure man and their press. We beat their press. They kept it on and went up and down with us. We like to play that way, and we just handled it.
Coach, if there's anything to be said about a St. John Arena site, it was not evident tonight. Your ball club came out here like they were playing on 34th Street back in Lorain.
Thank you, Bruce. They play. What can I say? You know, we're just thrilled to death. We're honored to play here, and we're thrilled to be in the finals. That's all.
Jim Lawhead, what's up now on the schedule for Lorain Catholic for tomorrow and then the championship game?
Well, we're going to practice a little bit tomorrow and take in some of the games and enjoy today's game and come ready to play on Saturday.
Jim Lawhead, congratulations. We'll see you Saturday morning.
Thank you, Bruce, very much.
The head coach of Lorain Catholic, Jim Lawhead, who has seen his ball club tear up Brookfield 108-84. Our final score once again, Lorain Catholic 108 and Brookfield 84.